Let's be honest. You don't fall for people who are good for you. You fall for people who confuse you, who trigger something in your chest. People who feel like home and chaos at the same time. You tell yourself it's chemistry, fate, the thrill. But deep down, you suspect something else is going on. Something darker, something older. You keep getting drawn to the same type of person, again and again. And every time, it ends in the same familiar pain. But what if I told you this isn't a coincidence? That your desire is not random? That who you fall for and who you can't stop falling for reveals more about your wounds than your wishes? And Nietzsche saw it coming. There's a hidden law inside you, one that operates without your permission. It's not rational, it's not logical, but it is powerful. It's the law of repetition. Psychologists call it repetition compulsion. Nietzsche called it eternal recurrence. But they both point to the same truth. We are drawn to what we have not yet healed. Think back. How many times have you mistaken intensity for intimacy? Drama for depth? Neglect for mystery? You confuse unpredictability with love. Because at some point in your life, love was unpredictable. Maybe it was a parent who was emotionally unavailable. Maybe it was a caregiver who praised you one moment and ignored you the next. So now, when someone is stable, kind, and emotionally clear, you feel bored. You feel like something is missing. You feel like they don't see you. But when someone is hot and cold, when they make you chase, when they validate you just enough to keep you hooked, you feel alive. Not because it's love, but because it's familiar. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." This is exactly what Nietzsche meant with eternal recurrence. He wasn't just talking about time. He was talking about you. He was asking, what if your life repeated itself over and over again, forever? Would you be proud of the patterns you keep choosing? Would you say yes to your past? Or would you beg for a different future? Let's bring this closer. Imagine you're in a relationship. Maybe you already are. It's passionate, it's intense, but it's also unstable. One day they adore you, the next, they vanish. You don't know where you stand, and that uncertainty becomes addictive. You start mistaking anxiety for love. You start working for connection. You abandon your needs to meet theirs. You become smaller to keep them around. Sound familiar? That's not romance. That's trauma reenactment. Nietzsche believed that most people sleepwalk through life. They're not truly living. They're reliving. Over and over they return to the same type of person, the same situation, the same spiral. Because deep down, there's a wound that hasn't been seen. And until it is, you will keep falling in love with your pain, dressed in a different face. So what can we do? It starts with radical honesty. You have to stop asking, "Do they love me?" and start asking, "Why do I need their love? What part of me is trying to feel whole through this person?" You have to become the observer of your patterns, not their prisoner. And that means doing something terrifying. Choosing the boring person. Not because they're boring, but because they're safe. Because your nervous system doesn't know what to do with peace. Because you've confused chaos with chemistry for so long, you think anything else is fake. Machiavelli once said that people prefer familiar suffering over unfamiliar peace. And it's true. Because healing feels wrong at first. It feels awkward. It feels slow. It feels off. But that's only because you're breaking a cycle that has shaped your entire identity. You're learning to love without fear, to be seen without performing, to stay without chasing. And that takes strength. Let's look at this from a different angle. Imagine your past as a script, one you didn't write, but memorized perfectly. And every new person you meet, you hand them that script. You say, "Here, Play this role. Hurt me in this way. Validate me in that one. Let's call it love. And they do, because they have their own script, too, one that fits perfectly with yours. And so, the play continues, tragedy after tragedy, until one day, you drop the script. You stop performing. You stop attracting people who only know how to love the old version of you. And suddenly, everything changes. But make no mistake, this isn't easy. Nietzsche never promised that the truth would feel good. He said that to live with eyes wide open is to walk a path most people avoid. Because it means looking at your past and not flinching. It means holding your pain without letting it own you. It means loving people without letting them define you. It means no longer needing chaos to feel alive. So here's the truth. You're not broken for falling for the wrong people. You were just following the map of your wounds. But now, you can choose a new path. You can rewrite the story, not by waiting for the right person, but by becoming the version of you that no longer needs to be saved. By becoming the person who loves from fullness, not fear. Because the final twist is this: the right person won't fix your wounds. They'll show up when you've already started healing them yourself. And that is when love begins. So ask yourself, are you chasing love or chasing pain that feels like love? Are you repeating the past or rewriting it? Are you falling in love or falling asleep? The answer will shape not just who you love, but who you become. Choose wisely.